We live up.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Want to start by, of course, giving honor, praises, and glory unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh, by Hashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
by
Ba'ashem,
Hashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash. Uh, Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, teach well. Kazak shalom to everybody that's tuning in, listening, learning. This the brother Shamak,
And Brother Liash.
coming at you back again with another one through the spirit of power. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai to edify the Lord's woman. Dealing with a time of war. Something that was on my spirit. I was thinking about Jeremiah chapter 30 in verse 7. Dealing with Jacob's trouble war. Brother's been mentioning how we're things are tightening up. Brothers in the truth have been, I've been hearing, how things are tightening up. So it's, hey man, we really approaching that time. But just get right to some precepts. This is the book of. Well,
Yeah, grab this first. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So go back to the first verse in this chapter, Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season. There is a time and a purpose. As a matter of fact, the Spirit is going to say that. It says, in a time, a purpose, and a time, Salakia, to every purpose under the heaven. So not only does it show the duality of the Lord, it shows that when something is supposed to be fulfilled, it's going to be fulfilled. Just like when Yahweh Shem Yahushua declares something, like it says in Isaiah the 55th chapter, it's going to happen. And alluding to Habakkuk, as a matter of fact, you grab it real quick, Habakkuk 2, though Terry, wait for it. As a matter of fact, I got it. It's Habakkuk 2 and 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And right, the prophets received visions. They were heavy. They often will be called burdens because of how heavy these things were in the spirit. We got this treasure in earthen vessels, but the vision, the prophecies, the oracles, the things that we're supposed to take heed to, like the scripture said, we make it plain upon tables. We go into the scriptures through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and break these precepts down, and we correlate it to current events, news articles, history, things of that nature, so that he may run that readeth it, so they can comprehend and move accordingly. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, the vision, the oracle, the prophecy, the event that Yahweh Shem Yahushua declared is for an appointed time. That's why he brought out Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, as a time and a place for everything. That's what that whole chapter is essentially saying. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So you're going to know, like the brother quoted Jeremiah 30:7 earlier, it's not going to be a doubt in anyone's mind when Jacob's trouble is upon us. It's not going to be a doubt in anybody's mind when World War III is upon us. It's not going to be a doubt in anybody's mind. It's going to be clearly manifested when the M to the O to the T to the BZ is made mandatory. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. It's not going to happen exactly when you want it to happen. It's going to happen when the Lord says it's going to happen. And just because that's not on your time, it don't mean you should lose faith. So though it's not happening as quick as you would like it, wait, because it's coming. And did you have a precept?
Well, I was, you said wait because it's coming. I was thinking that though Terry, the scripture
I
say.
just had to describe that.
I was like it.
Good. Let's go back to that. As a matter of fact, let's go to the one you quoted earlier.
This is the book of I got it right here. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords. Yeah, and a plowshare is like a plowshare is a farming tool. So it's used to for cropping. Not used to harm. It says beat your plowshares into spears, which is spear.
Swords.
Yeah, it says beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, "I am strong." So yeah, the weaker nations, are gaining more power, more military power, more, strength. Given from Yahweh Shem Shai, because what the scriptures say, you know, the about the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. You know,
Hmm.
the Lord is bringing all of these nations together into judgment. You know,
Right. And beat your plowshares in the hooks and plowshares in the plowshares in the swords and pruning hooks in the spears. That's going into the money that would have been focused on agriculture and sustaining that society. All that money is going into war. You know, we've seen billions of dollars be funded to Ukraine. So how much more so for these other countries, you know, investing into their military might? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahshua works on the minds of these leaders. You know, he gives us insight as if we were sitting on down at the table with them, making a next move through the spirit. It's just I'll lock it out. That was pretty much it on that point. Can you oh crap. You don't got internet on this phone?
it is.
Okay. Well, real quick, uh off camera, me and the brother was just talking about different things, and if you've been paying attention to the news, you know, it's been a lot going on between Russia and Ukraine. You know, North Korea is involved now, and they Russia is shooting North Korean missiles on Ukraine. So another example of the scriptures coming to life, because we could just be bullshitting. You know, we could just be saying anything and expect you to believe us, but this is real life. Let the weak say I'm strong. Um, I got privy to this watching Elder Apostle Ramlah break down the dragons of Arabia, but militaries are measured by a PWR index, a power index, and you know they go by a certain score. The closer you are to zero, you know, the more perfect you will be in a sense. And Russia is number two, and North Korea is 36. They're allies. So that's that scripture coming to life. You know, a weaker military nation linking up with Russia, one of the nations prophesied to take down America. You know, that's why the scriptures say that Russia will be a guard unto these other nations, you know, because he is essentially the next big ruler. Well, not that's not what I want to say. He was the nation. Russia is the nation prophesied to bring down America, pursuing to Jeremiah 15:51. As a matter of fact, grab one of them real quick.
Ready, Jeremiah 50.
And Shalom, everybody watching. Yahweh Shem Yahshua brought a thumb to the hopeful elect.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and
Start at 9.
verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Right. And that North country is talking about Russia. So the assembly is Russia and all the nations that they're in confederacy with coming up against America. Go ahead.
And they shall set themselves in array against her.
Right. Battle formations. It's on and fucking popping. Go ahead.
From hence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Right. And those arrows are referring to the missiles. Can you grab Isaiah 9, Baba Kushah?
Mhm.
Because the scriptures talk about this place being the earth being shaken to and fro like a junker. That's gonna be a result of the missiles pelting this bitch. And the main target for these missiles is America, Babylon the Great.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, and verse 4.
5.
Yeah, it's verse 5, but I could start verse 4 if you want me to, or is
Nah, straight to the point. 5.
all right, kind of straight to the point. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Right. When we thinking about uh more so traditional battles, like you think of 300 or you think of Gladiator. That's the type of combat. Confused noise is screaming. Braveheart. Motherfuckers got swords and shields and they actually coming at each other. But this war, the war that's coming up, World War III, is going to be fought with missiles. And the scriptures are going to break down or continue to elaborate on that, rather.
It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Mm-hmm.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
But this war, the third woe that we're prophesying about through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, is going to be fought with missiles being shot across the ends of the earth. We can get that in Second Ezra. Can you grab that?
Second Ezra, chapter.
You know where I'm going.
I'll start verse. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and verse So I'll start verse 17. It says, "Woe is me."
16.
16. Hey, yeah, it's verse 16. You right. Let me go. Is it right? Look.
Yeah, straight to the point. 13. Just read 13.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read 11.
All right, come.
It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to plowshares at his presence.
Powder.
Powder throughout Salakia. Beaten to powder at his presence. The earth.
Right. Salakia. We can go into that word threaten real quick, because the Lord don't make empty threats. Let's go into that word threaten. Salakia, bear with us.
I'm gonna read one more time. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to plowshares, like beaten to powder at his presence.
Right. You go to etymology, the word threaten, it says attempt to influence by menacing, to threaten. Threatening in the sense of pretending no good. Threat, oppression, coercion, menace.
Right. It
Crowd, troop. You know? Go ahead,
It says like I just wanted to say, it said what it say about no good.
I'll read it again. The latter half, the threat as a noun, it says crowd, troop, oppression, coercion, menace, or Salakia. Reading up, it says attempt to influence by menacing, to threaten, threatening in the sense of portending no good.
Right, in the sense of pretending no good, like the Lord, what the scriptures say, what will I if I already be kindled? You know, because the Lord is not going to heal this. You know that when the Lord threatens, He's going to, like the prophecy say, He's going to take down all of the kingdoms. He's going to come have many crowns.
And Salakia, for edification's sake, that word portend means to be a sign or warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen. So the plague's already sent. Like, the deed is done, the cake is baked. And now we're about to see the Lord's wrath play out via World War III, Jacob's trouble, and all the things leading up to this hell that's about to be unleashed upon earth. Keep going.
It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Right. So this is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai being poetic about how he's going to send missiles back and forth from the different parts of the world, intercontinental ballistic missiles.
And it says that they should it says they shall not miss. Right, because these missiles have that location sensor. But it says they're going to pinpoint the area that they do it, and the Lord is going to is going to go through. It says verse 13. It says, for strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and he shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
Right. And one of the plagues of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is the missiles. Another plagues is his men, which are fishers now, but are going to be hunters soon. And another plague is the chariots. All things prophesied to help take down Esau's Edom kingdom and establish the kingdom of Jacob. But I got a precept to back up what you saying in that. Grab Joel, and we're gonna wrap up at Joel 2. This is Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Now, this is a deep dark saying about what's happening right now. The brother mentioned earlier about the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. It's going to be conflict in the Middle East. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is mustering the host of the battle. He is conjuring up a war. Verse 8, was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thy anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation? So the place that we know as America is going to get done so dirty. And like, damn, you was mad at the rocks? What? Damn, what the rocks do? As a Habakkuk, like, shit, man, that's crazy. We gotta actually envision these things. Like what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is about to do to America is a crime of passion. It's gonna be the full extent of his wrath and his indignation. But you got it.
God, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares.
2. Going to the missiles.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, calm. Joel, chapter 3, verse 2.
No. Chapter 2. Yep. Read from 1 to like you can read the 4.
All right. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right, and that's what we're doing right now. We blowing the trumpet. We warning the people. That mountain that represents the Mount of Zion, Israel. And how are we blowing the trumpet? By prophesying, priest upon priest, and line upon line. Not adding to the doctrine. Being good watchmen. Actually forecasting what's about to happen. Go ahead.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Right. This is what we're doing as we blow the trumpet. We're heralding the kingdom, and we're letting the people know that there is judgment coming. Judgment via World War III, judgment via Jacob's trouble, judgment all across the board, good and bad. We're letting people know whatever message Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is giving us via the scriptures and via the prophecies, and we're making it plain upon tables like we brought out in the book of Habakkuk. Go ahead.
Verse 2. A day of darkness and of thick. It says a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Right, a day of destruction. Scriptures talk about the arrows blotting out the sun, if you're paraphrasing. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed on that day. That's why in Isaiah the 63rd chapter, it asks a rhetorical question. Who is this that cometh from Edom? I mean, yeah, with dyed garments from Basra, where we paraphrasing, that's Yahweh Shai. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed on the day. That's why the scriptures say, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. Because if you're not right with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're going to have to suffer his wrath. Go ahead.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Right. The Elder Bishop Ayathun went into that, and he showed a beautiful image about how when the sunset hits the mountain, you look at the horizon, how it's like it's like an instant change, it's consuming almost. If that's the most fitting word I could think of. But that's how the missile's gonna be. It's like everything is fine and dandy out of nowhere. Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them.
Right, and that's going into the propulsion system that takes the ICBM missiles from one continent to the other. if you break it down and you actually look up how an ICBM missile works, it's flames that's propelling on the front end and flames on the back end. And the closer it gets to the destination, some of those pieces get shed. The main power, the main destruction comes from the warheads that's in the missile. And in the garden, being Eden, that's referring to being paradise, being untouched until the missile come through and wreck shit. Keep going.
It says verse 5.
Did you
Well,
read
actually,
4?
verse 4. It says the
Wait, read the latter end of 3 again.
all right. It says
Start at the
the
garden.
garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, going into the destruction I mentioned earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
Right. So it's gonna be pinpoint accuracy. Elder Pastor Hard mentioned this years ago, like how uh it's so accurate it could hit a penny coming from the other side of the world. If I butchered that or he didn't say that, Salaki, but we talking about these ICBM missiles and the accuracy and them breaking their ranks. We're going back to that second Ezra, the mighty hand that bended the bow is not gonna miss. Go ahead.
It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run.
Right.
Right, because they're going to be fast. You know, it's basically going, and also horsemen going to
horses represent power.
represent power.
And during ancient battles, you would put extra armor on your horses to protect them. But that was
That's pretty much it.
that's pretty much it. So go to Ezekiel 3:17. We'll close with that. Read to 19.
Okay. This is the book.
Hey, that's the spirit. RT News, I just got a notification on my phone. U.S., UK strikes on Yemen. I'm going to keep hearing about wars and rumors of wars until some of these things commence and until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua returns. But you're not going to always have the prophets available to tell you this information. So take heed while you had the chance. And that's why we're closing on this Ezekiel 3:17.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Right. Now, this thought is being conveyed by the prophet Ezekiel, and this represents all of us. We're watchmen. Like it says in Isaiah 62, we're constantly upon our watch. And prophesying. Go ahead. And Salakia, it says, unto the house of Israel. That's another key indicator that this word from Genesis to Revelation, including the Apocrypha, is only for the Israelites. We're only here to warn the Israelites. We're fishing for the elect. And in the process, we telling everybody their judgment, because the elect are going to take heed and run after they read. You go into the book of Revelation, that word read, it means to comprehend and understand. So once we make it plain upon tables, the Lord knocks on that door, which represents their mind. I'm thinking of Revelation 3:20, and they entreat him, and they come in and receive this word that is able to save their soul, then they move accordingly. But that starts with being taught, being humble, and the Spirit supping with you. And this is that grace period. The door is about to close. We see all these different things in the news, and we correlated the scriptures, and we continue to warn you, like the scriptures tell us to do, so we can get the blood off our hand, which we're about to read next. Keep going up.
It says, therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me.
What word? The oracles of God, the prophecies, these scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line, not adding shit to it. Go ahead.
Give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
Right, because the prophets are an extension of the Lord's mercy. It's been that way since the garden. That cool in the day, letting Adam and Eve know they was going off, that was the prophets. Hebrews 1:1. The Lord lets us know he's been speaking through the prophets. Luke 1:68-70. And keep going.
We can
No, 19.
Okay, verse 19. Let me skip. All right, verse 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Right. So we read at 18 again, the latter end, it says, giveth him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So if we don't go out there and warn the people, that's blood on our hands, straight up, plain. But if we do warn the wicked and they don't turn, oh well, they got the warning and didn't take heed, that's on them. But we are saving our souls. We're doing what Yahweh Shem Shai requires of us. This is how we fight for our own salvation with fear and trembling. This is how we stick to the playbook that we've been given. This is how we show that we enter into the labors of our elders and apostles, starting with Elder Apostle Tahar. And if you don't want to take heed, you're going to get caught up in some of the things that we prophesy about. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. The water, Yahweh Shem Shai for giving us the spirit to do this lesson. Once again, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as you bishops and you can heads. Shalom to the hopeful elect. And Lord willing, until next time. Shalom.
Shalom.